Hello, dear students. Welcome to the class of Health and Physical Education, Unit 9, Psychology and Sports. And today's topic, which we are going to learn, that is different stages of development. In the first stage, we have learned related to the stages of development. In that, we have learned related to the infancy and childhood. And in infancy and childhood, we have learned the characteristics of infant as well as the childhood. In the childhood, we have learned in two parts, that was early childhood and later childhood. Now today we are going to cover next two topic of this developmental stage. We are going to learn related to the adolescent and adulthood. So let's start. You can see the adolescent, that lies between the period of 13 to 19 years. That means it's of your age, children of your age. Now we are going to learn different characteristics which are being related to this adolescent. There are the various characteristics at this age. What are the physical characteristics, what are the mental characteristics, emotional characteristics, social characteristics and motor characteristics you used to have, which we are going to learn that. But let us know that what does the adolescence means. Now adolescence is a stage of the complex changes. It starts after the childhood. That means after later childhood, it starts after the childhood and it lasts till the adulthood. This is a period of the human growth from 13 to 19 years. So adolescence, we are having a group of it start from 13 to 19 years. Now this is a period is been considered as an adolescence. Then during this stage, the young stress develops quickly. Adolescence has been described as a transition period in life where there are lots of changes used to take place in an individual's body, either that means in your student's body from the age of 13 to 19 years, when an individual is no longer a child but not yet a child also. He is no longer a child and not yet he is a child. According to the Ross, the adolescent, we are having a different definitions are being given. According to the Ross, the adolescent lives intensely emotional life in which we can see once more the rhythm of the positive and negative phase of the behavior in his constant alteration between the intense excitement and deep depression, where you can see both positive phase and the negative phase of the life in his behavior, because where there are ups and downs are there in the life of an adolescent period. That means that the child who is having an age of 13 to 19 years, there are lots of changes emotional, that means that his life is mostly intensely emotional life only, mostly because where they are not able to know that what is going on in my life, how I need to control that, because everything that is used to work, that is natural. So there is an positive and negative phase of the behavior in his constant alteration between the intense excitement and deep depression. According to the Stanley Hall, adolescent is a stage of great stress and tension, storm and pressure. Everything is there. There is a stress, there is a tension, there are the storms and pressures are there, because all type of pressure you may find out, that may be internally and external pressure, that is from the parents, from the peer groups and that all. Then whatever the physical changes and biological changes goes inside the body, due to that the person is or this age, most of these children, they are always in a stress and tension. So according to the Jersey, adolescent is a stage in which the child moves towards the maturity. That means that moving towards the maturity and he moves towards the adulthood, that is an adolescent. Now let's see what are the characteristics. There are the various characteristics. Let us know the nature of a children, those who are having an age of 13 to 19 years, that is adolescent period. So we are going to know that what type of characteristics you possess actually. So what happens, what are the physical changes in this stage? The physical changes takes place very quickly. There is lots of physical changes. A child height and weight increases quickly. Girls height increases between 11 to 13 years, whereas the boys height increase between 14 to 18 years. So you can find out that maturity level for the girls, it starts from 11 to 13 years, whereas for the boys it starts from 14 to 18 years. The height increases. That is why the girls aged between 13 to 14 years look older than the boys of the similar age. Now both girls and boys experience sexual changes. Their sexual organs begins to develop. So here, as we were talking, that there are the biological changes takes place in a body. So this comes under the physical characteristics. Girls' chest and shoulders are less wider, but their pelvic region as compared to the boys are wider. Mostly the female pelvic region is broader or wider as compared to the male. So that's why you may find out that pelvic region is of girls are wider as compared to the boys. In the absence of these knowledge, these changes youngster begins to get tensed, depressed, worried and anxious. So here, due to these all changes which are going on in the body, due to that the person from the age of this 13 to 19 years, this adolescent period, they are always stressed, they are always tension, they are always depressed and worried because of these changes which have been going on inside their body. Boys' voice become heavy and their chest and shoulder becomes wider. That means that they are, as it is been given, the definition was been given that moving towards the maturity. So here you may find out the changes. The boys are having a heavy and their chest, their voice become heavy, their chest and shoulder becomes wider. Soft hair begins to grow on the boy's face. So you may find out there is a little bit light hair grows on this face, that is like a beard, light beard. Later on it becomes hard and dense and takes the form of the beard and mustache. Then afterwards, later on it becomes beard and mustache comes. Then in enlargement of the girl's breast becomes widened and her voice becomes melodious and softer. So here these are the biological changes which is natural, which used to take place, and you may find out their voice becomes melodious and softer. So these are the physical changes which used to take place in the children, those who are having the age of 13 to 19 years, that is in the adolescent period. Now, what are the mental characteristics? So, what are the mental characteristics are being given? That all youngster development physical characteristic at the same time, but the rate of the development is different from the youngster to the youngster. A youngster develops the physical maturity first. On the other hand, another youngster develops the mental maturity first. Because each and every individuals are different. So some are having physical maturity first, then after they have a mental maturity, and many of them are having the youngster develop the mental maturity first. At youngster takes interest in exciting activities such as imaginary stories, exciting novels. They try to do off the beaten track. That means that whatever the challenges are being, they like to accept the challenges they used to complete. In the youngster, the respect towards the role model increases. They are having a role model, any of this role model, and they used to follow the path of their role model. Either it might be their parents or their teachers, or any of the stars or actor and whatever may be. So in the youngster, the respect towards the role model also increases. In this stage, the boys and the girls start showing off their attitude. So here the attitude also, the role of the attitude also starts at this adolescent period. There is a strong will develops to do the adventurous activity in this stage. When they are having such types of nature that others cannot do, I can do it, such types of mentality they are having, and they are develop very strong willpower, and they involve themselves in any adventurous activity. Youngsters learn to take decision on their own. They don't like that anyone used to decide for them. They used to take the decision by their own. They learn to have trust on their friends, and so they make up the groups of the friends. They always used to follow the friends. They do not like their parents, means whatever the advices are being given by the teachers or parents, they do not like to obey their or they do not used to obey whatever the decisions are being given by their parents or teachers. They like only their friends, so they trust more on their friends, because all of them are of their same age group. That's why the individual tries to solve the hard problems by tricky ways. They are interested towards the competition increases. Here they become worried. Some are unable to adjust with other people. They have high aspiration. They also indulge in the daydreaming. They are having a daydreaming. They remain mentally absent in the class and also at home. At this stage, they are neither children nor the adult, so their behavior becomes aggressive. They are having aggressive type of behavior at this stage. They themselves do not know what they want to do, where they go for the guidance, well as direction or the advice as matter in the personal lead. Whatever the changes are being going on in their body, physical changes are being going on, due to that they don't know that what to do and what to not, and to whom I should talk or whatever maybe. So they always remains tensed and depressed mostly in this phase. Clear? The next characteristics, we are having emotional characteristic. At this stage, the youngster becomes angry. Emotionally, they have become angry. They are having aggressive type of behavior. When others say even little which do not suit them, they don't like to be interrupted. They become self-centered. On one hand, they tend to be their group. Apart from it, they want to have their stay in each and every matter of the group. Youngsters are very curious. They want to gain knowledge of everything. They like to have every type of knowledge. At this stage, there is a great desire to acquire the new things. They like to get the new things, new ideas, or whatever maybe. They try to like many of the things. They used to get the knowledge. There is a great desire to attract to the opposite sex. At this age, they are always attracted towards the opposite sex. They tend to become very emotional and serious in love. They, whatever they felt, they used to feel that I am in love with each other. Okay, so that means whatever it may be. So here they are attracted towards the opposite sex, so that's why they are tend to be very emotional and serious in the love. Since the adolescent is a period of uncertainty of emotions such as anger, fear and love, everything is there. There is an anger, there is fear, there is love. So adolescent period is of a period of uncertainty of emotions. Then we are having social characteristic, how they are having in a society, their behavior. Actually, we are going to learn that. So youngster always oppose the criticizing behavior of the family in the society. They do not like the family, whoever used to give the any of the decision for any of them, any of the child. They don't like that whatever, because they like that whatever they are doing, that is correct. They don't like whatever it is been decided by the family members for him or her. So that's why they oppose the criticized behavior of the family and the society. They get influenced more by their friends than their family. They like their friends, as I have told. They do not than their friends. They like their friends than their family. Sometimes the youngster fall prey into the addiction of the company of some bad friends also. Bad friends in the sense that means that they are having a bad habits. Might be, it may be related to either smoking or eating the pan masalas and that all. So they are prey to having an addiction of the company of the some bad friends. They even get engaged in the criminal activity also. Depends upon the what type of friendship you are having. And in this time period, it is very much necessary for the parents also to take care of their children, to guide them properly and everything. So every teens always try to do different for search of the identity, so they may be recognized in the society and among the friends on their own. They want that I must be recognized in the society, so they do things differently to attract the other people's and the society member. Then youngster always tend to make their personality appearing in front of opposite sex. So they may find good life partners, so they may find a good life partner. So here they always, it is known that they are being attracted toward the opposite sex, and so that's why they may find a good life partner also. So they are always make their personality appearing in the front of the opposite sex. During this stage, they communicate in the different way. During this stage, they communicate in the different way. The youngster take part in the different social activities such as picnic, drama, music competition. They used to participate in the different types of co-curricular activities. Then we are having the motor characteristics. What are the motor characteristics? That is related to the game, sports, or their movement and that all. So in the adolescent, there is an increase in the coordinating activities as compared to the boys. As compared to the girls, boys are much better in developmental related to the motor skills. Compared to the girls, boys are more better in motor skills. So they may so that many restrictions are being imposed on the girls during the adolescence. So their participation in the games and sports remain limited. Because in our Indian society, or in our Indian society, it has been thought that if the female used to participate in the games and sports activities or the vigorous type of activities, then their femininity may go away. So due to that, there are the many of the restrictions is either in a society, what other people is going to say when the female is going to participate in any of the games and sports. So there are the many restrictions are being imposed on the girls during the adolescence, so their participation in the games and the sports remains limited. In the adolescence, boys are being compared to the girls develop power more quickly. Adolescent, the boys are compared to the girls to develop power more quickly. Girls have more flexibility than the boys, so you can find out that a good gymnast, you may find out from these girls, because they are having a good control stability as compared to the boys. So girls have more flexibility than the boys, but boys can gain flexibility through the daily exercise. In different competitions, boys perform much better than girls, especially in the sports which require power and energy. So here, boys are they in the different competitions. Boys are performing more better than the girls in the sports. Boys attain more explosive power than the girls, who gain little power during the adolescence. So these are the motor characteristics which are for the adolescent. Then sports activity for the development of the adolescent. It is recommended that the teen gets at least 1 hour of the physical activity on most, preferably all days of the week. They must be getting how much? 1 hour must be there recommended for the teens. They must be getting 1 hour. They must be given 1 hour for the physical activity for the preferably all days of a week. Many teens drop out the organized sports and the participation in the daily physical education classes as the thing of the past. But given the opportunity as the interest, teens can get health benefit from almost any activity they enjoy. Whatever the activity they are going to perform, they are going to gain the fitness level or health benefit they are going to get. That is like enjoy any of the activity like skateboarding, inline skating, yoga, swimming, dancing, kicking, football, whatever the activity they used to prefer, that is going to help them for the health benefit only. So weight training under the supervision of a qualified adult can improve the strength and help to prevent the sports injuries. So these are the sports activities for the development of adolescent. Now next stage we are having, that is adulthood, that is after 19 years, after the completion of the adolescence. It is a stage of the mental and physical matureness of a person. This stage basically starts after age of 19 years. Some of the characteristics of this age are as follows. What are the characteristics you may find out in the adulthood or after the age of 19 years? Physical characteristics: a person may continue to add a bit of height and weight. A little bit of height and weight may increase after this age of 19 years. Hormonal changes are also continue to occur, but the effect are less pronounced than they were during the adolescence. During the adolescence, the hormonal changes are too much, but there are a little bit of hormonal changes still goes on after the age of 19 years also, but that affect less as compared to the adolescence. Then muscles have the peak of coordination. Here the students or after the age of 18 19 years, if they used to join the gym, they definitely they can develop their muscles and that all. So muscles have a peak of coordination. Endurance develops the most. Physical abilities are there to their peak at this stage during including the muscle stress reaction and the cardiac function. So they can develop their physical fitness level. uh, Here you may find out the physical fitness level improves more at this adulthood age, after the age of 18 years. Motor characteristics: interest in the team games increases, but limited to the several games. There are the motor characteristics are being talked, that interest in the team games increases. They like to play in the team game, but limited to the several games. The hunger of the excellence is selected activity increases. Here they like to excel any of the thing during this age. If the adult do not motivate to take part in the games and sports, then they are chance that they leave the game and sports. If the adult are not motivated, if you do not motivate any of these adults, then might be they may leave the game or activity whichever they are performing. Then there are the chance that they may leave the game or sports. These are the motor characteristics. What are the physical activities for the development of adulthood? Physical activities, what they are going to do during the adulthood time period. A person tries to achieve excellence in the age of this field of the game of games and sports. They take interest in the team games like football, hockey, volleyball, and individual games like swimming, badminton, tennis, golf, and wrestling. In adults, physical activity includes leisure time physical activities. For example, walking, dancing, gardening, hiking, swimming. You may find out that there are many adults. I am talking about mostly 30 years and above or 35 years and above. They are more likely to do these physical activities like walking, dancing, gardening, hiking, and swimming. Transportation, for example, walking or cycling. Occupational, that is their work where they have got the job. Household chores, play games, sports, or planned exercise in a context of the daily, family, and community activities. They should do yoga and exercise continuously. Adulthood, that means that after the age of the adolescence, the adulthood used to start. But when the person is having the till the age of 30 years, the person can grow the maximum. That means the maximum growth is been possible till the age of 30 years. So a person must put a lots of effort to in the physical activities to maintain their good health, and so that in future, that means after the age of 30 years, they can be remain healthy and fit. So that's why it is being told that these are the activities which a person must perform uh, in the adulthood also. Clear? So from my side today this much. These are the two stages of development which we have learned, and we have learned the various characteristics of these stages, that is adolescence and adulthood. So I hope so that you can prepare the notes on the basis of this. From my side this much. Thank you everyone.